be Senator Hirono.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I ask the following two initial questions of every nominee who comes before any of the committees on which I sit. So I will ask you the initial questions, both of you. Since you became a legal adult, have you ever made unwanted requests for sexual favors or committed any verbal or physical harassment or assault of a sexual nature?
No, Senator.
No, Senator.
Have you ever faced discipline or entered into a settlement related to this kind of conduct?
No, Senator.
No, Senator.
Both of you have been asked about judicial philosophy, and I very much agree with my colleague, Senator Whitehouse, and the conclusion that those judges and justices who describe themselves as originalists really use that, whatever it is, doctrine, belief, whatever you want to call it, as just a useful kind of a tool to justify outcome-driven decisions. So I think the two of you gave a really good answer of what your judicial philosophy is. For Justice Montgomery Reeves, you said you would decide cases based on the facts and applicable law. What more could we ask of a judge? And Ms. Chung, you said you would provide a fair, open hearing and apply precedent. Basically, I think both of you were saying that you would listen to the facts, listen to the litigants, and apply the law. That is a pretty good judicial philosophy, in my opinion. So to ask you whether you are an originalist, literalist, or what have you, I think that misses the point. As far as I'm concerned, the two of you really provide the kind of perspective that would enable you to be fair, objective judges for the Third Circuit. Ms. Chung, you mentioned that the only thing that was missing today would be your parents. Can you tell me a little bit about maybe their background? You noted that your grandfather was a judge in South Korea. Can you just tell me a little bit, did your parents immigrate to this country?
Yes, thank you for the question, Senator Hirono. My grandfather was not a judge, but he was one of the first prosecutors in South Korea.
Okay.
He grew up under Japanese occupation, was forced to drop out of school, and was able still somehow to get an education by correspondence while he worked full days as a child, and eventually was able to become one of the first prosecutors. My father's family, he also grew up in Korea, very poor, had no running water or heat. But yes, they immigrated to America. The first place to receive them and give them opportunities was Pittsburgh. So I'm so happy and grateful to be able to serve the community of Pittsburgh as the United States Attorney for the Western District of Pennsylvania.
And of course, both of them would be very proud of you.
I hope so.
So most of your time as an adult is spent in public service. Can you tell us why that is so important to you?
Yes, Senator Hirono, I would just say that is what I find most fulfilling, is serving my community and trying to make it better. And I hope that I have done so, and I hope to continue to serve my community.
Thank you. Ms. Montgomery Reeves, you spent a lot of time doing pro bono work.
Yes.
And you obviously, both of you have a very widespread support. So I'm very impressed by the fact that both Republicans and Democrats support you. But can you tell me, Justice Montgomery Reeves, why pro bono work is so important to you? And also, I believe that you very much support diversity in the judiciary. Can you talk about both of these questions?
Sure. Thank you for the question. I'll start with pro bono work. I believe it's a privilege to be an attorney and to be able to, serve in this profession. And there's so many people out there who need quality counsel. And I just, feel personally that is an amazing way for us to give back and to be able to, give to people in need, is to help them through offering pro bono service. So everywhere I go, I encourage people to do that. With respect to diversity, I think diversity is incredibly important for all sorts of reasons. You know, you often hear people talk about confidence and increasing confidence in our judicial system. I think that's important. But I also think that equally important is role models, right? We all tell our children they can do anything. I tell my little boys that. My mom told me that all the time. She still tells me that. But it's another thing to really see a judiciary that looks, looks like our citizenry. And I think that diversity of all types are important. So thank you so much for the question.
Clearly, I share that view, and the fact that Justice Ketanji Jackson is on the Supreme Court is very important in terms of representation. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Hirono. Senator Blumenthal.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Thank you both for your service and